Well, it's time to go back into the usual Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 change development thingy bob doodah method I would do, because this time I'm filming it via a Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1. Let me try and say that one again. Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 tablet, of course, which is sort of nice because it comes with something really nice, and it's this. It's basically a stylus pen, and I've just moved the camera. And it's not going to be all about that. And yes, I'm actually starting to feel like that this video is actually one of the hardest ones and one of the most complicated ones that I've actually came across, because this is the sort of video that I initially thought this was going to be scrapped. But luckily enough, in this video we're going to talk about some freshwater toys and also a bit of shore toys. Like, you know, the sea comes in and hits basically the sand. So it's the sort of environment which is sort of different to basically pelagic life. Okay, here are all the products that will be ready to be reviewed, I suppose. This one here is this flip-flap origami flapping birds, British Wildlife Collection toy. It's a bar-tailed godwit, big summer plumage birds 5-pack. They come in this very beautiful looking size. £16.97. I don't know how good or bad this price is. It's quite expensive. The plumage on this bird looks pretty nice, the bar-tailed godwit. Then we've also got what looks like to be a flock of little egrets catching some fish, and it's basically this little egret flock feeding frenzy 6 to 12 pack. Very, very nice. And then you've got this very extraordinary set here, which is set in a very traditional, typical British springtime scene. It's basically a, what's it called again? A nesting Mama Mallard and Ducklings versus Grey Heron 12-pack, which costs about £14.95. This one here costs about £19, actually more like £13.97. So I've just got the prices a bit modded up though. But anyways, I'm actually wanting to do something a lot much more easier than that. And yes, because I was speaking in a very, very nonsensical way, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and grab something that will actually help me to do this review, and that's actually this, because, you know, every time when I do flip-flap toy reviews, I'm absolutely sick and tired with the way I'm just, you know, obviously I just can't stand with the way these tissues are, and I feel like I just need to grab one instantly. Instantly, right? Oh, God. Ah, this tissue's just broken already. Ah! Yuck. That's gross. Oh, God, I feel like this is basically the new trend. I initially thought this is basically, I initially thought the flu wasn't going to end until the warm weather was about to return, but that's just a lie. And I've got this freaking iPad here because I couldn't even get into access via the iPad because that iPad didn't have that much memory, so there's not much memory which is basically stored inside. There's too much storage inside this iPad, and I'll show you how much memory it's got in the iPad, and I'll show you how much gigabytes this iPad stores. And this was the original piece of camera that I've used, and I'll show you the settings very, very nicely, of course. But before I show you, actually it's this one here. Now, this is the general storage and iCloud usage, and it uses about 27.4 gigabytes. Now, that is a very high number indeed. Sorry for the glare here, but I might try and turn off the light here just to see how nicely contrasted the number is. There you go, a number of total of basically 27.4 gigabytes. And yes, with the amount of apps here, it really is absolutely atrocious when you just see the amount of memory which is basically inside this bloody iPad. It's just, you know, freaking weird. I mean, what am I going to do now? In fact, I might probably turn on the tape lamp on. I'm just sick and tired of just basically wasting time and just ranting about this iPad here without the amount of memory it needs. But nevertheless, there are new ones here. Actually, I might probably, I don't know what I'm saying, but I might have to probably grab another I'm not sure what I'm saying. I'm going to have to grab another tissue. Yep. I just feel like it's just not that great anymore. I'm just going to put the camera down. Sorry for the rough and readiness, but that's what it's like on my flip-flap channel. We'll start off with this one here. the bar-tailed Godwit Big Summer Plumage Birds 5-pack. That's what it looks like there. And there's it. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. There's the instructions there, which is the anatomy on how to flap these birds. Comes with 3 shrimps or prawns. In a sense, there's actually 2 small ones and there's 1 big size one. So that's quite strange, but the product there doesn't tell you on how many shrimps and depending which size you get. And also, this is basically, this is unlike the birds here, in pure 100% A3 maxi size. So it's a pretty amazing sort of description, I believe. Okay, I'm just going to do the unpacking here. Love coming and doing unpacking stuff like that. Now, this is basically the second attempt of doing this, because when I was filming it via the iPad without any jump cuts, unfortunately the iPad just couldn't record that much. So this is the reason why I got the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 camera here. But it's going to be fine, eh? And let's take a look what we have. This is the bar-tailed Godwit. As you can see, there's a little eye there. It's got a little membrane there on the eye. Sort of a very weird wing beat, of course. It's got grey wings with black wing tips. You know, it's quite similar to that of a gull, but it looks of course, it's got black feet. And this is sort of unusual, I suppose. I initially thought Godwits aren't in this size, but nevertheless, this is the largest that I can get. And there's a few other birds, like sandlings perhaps, and knots. And there's loads of these different sorts of birds which are like that. These are actually smaller in size compared to the black-tailed Godwits. They're not that purposeful or elegant as them. And yeah, they look pretty nice. And we'll take a look at these shrimps. Looks sort of small. It looks more like a horned caterpillar than a shrimp to me. But that's why I'm saying it. Or that's why I'm seeing it. Let's take a look at the face, because I'm very curious. There's a bit of a smiley action to that face. Look at that. It's kind of. Look at that. It's just got reversed, eh? I don't know. Sort of weird design, isn't it? Now we'll take a look at the other one here. Actually, I might probably go ahead and turn off the light because it's more effective when I do toy reviews, of course. Let me just turn off the light. Okay, so it's sort of a bit more clearer when I just show you when it's when the table lamp is off. And there's one of these here. There's one of the female shrimps, so it's basically basically the mother of all shrimps. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. She's got these beautiful eyelashes there. Yeah, not much to say, but the most interesting fact is that Godwits actually like shrimp as their diet. Very beautiful to say that, but yep, it can be cruel at the same time. Very nice set indeed. Busted and worth it. You know, it's funny, I don't know how definitive in my YouTube channel is. Sometimes I can be a bit petulant, and at other times I'm very intelligent on what I actually do. So I'm actually quite tangible with the way toys I like. And if I'm seeing toys like that, I don't basically matter, but I actually make the toys. So what's the point of me doing a review on these toys when I just make them? It's all about criticism. That's what I'm saying. It's also about the summary of what these products are like. Okay, it's off screen. I think our next product is this one here, which is a little bit bland. It's a £13 97 toy, Little Egret Flock Feeding Frenzy 6 to 12 pack. £13 97. Isn't 13 an unlucky number for price? And look how big, and it looks quite big. But these wings are. It's not that lanky to the great white egret, I suppose, which is a different species. You know, little egrets always keep their black and greyish sort of beaks there. Okay, it's got the same features as the other black and greyish products I looked at in the video before. In fact, there's so many videos which have this sort of bird, I suppose. And once again, it's going to have the bird base. And it also comes with 6 goldfish-like cards. So it's going to be made out of orange paper, which is going to be amazing. And then also, the orange paper is going to be very similar to the way I've made the bar-tailed Godwits. So I've made them, of course. I'll check how many fish we've got. In fact, I've got 5 or 6 here. I've got 6 of these. And hopefully they sort of look like goldfish, eh? Yeah, they actually do look like goldfish, eh? And they sort of cook well to these little egrets. if you're very cruel and also a bit petulant. I mean, that could... How is this maniacal? That is sort of weird. I mean, yeah. Yeah, these birds, they look pretty nice. Looks like this little egret has caught a goldfish, eh? They should be scared, these fish, eh? Because... Look at that, they just got stabbed by the bloody beaks of a little egret. Looks quite interesting, isn't it? And we'll do another one here. And it's sort of amazing. I love the neck detailing, of course. It's sort of bland, but I love the unusuality of the heron neck, which is very common on these heron models, or egret models, as I like to call it. I suppose it's like those. Guess what? Listen to this. It makes those. Well, I've got to tell you what, guys. It makes those freaking clicking sounds that we all tend to miss in the old Flapping Birds toys. Oh yeah, good on you, mate. Goody on you, mate, indeed. And yes, the fishies on these, they don't sort of look bad after all. I mean, they don't look too bland. I mean, they look like goldfish to me, but nevertheless, that's the sort of fish. I actually think they are goldfish, but it looks pretty nice. And I actually think the little egrets also have this very nice, beautiful black and yellow detailing on them before. They went awful, of course. So, Flipflap did a very, very nice job. It's just nice to see everything being rejuvenated via the way I actually detail these toys. So yes, I'm the creator of what these toys are like. And yes, I could literally sort of want to sell these. I don't know why I have to use so much of all the paper. I mean, I think I should be the one who has to blame by using various amounts of paper on it, I suppose. Yep, that one's done. And we'll take a look at our last product. This one here is going to be a killer, because this one here is going to be Nesting Mama Mallard and Ducklings versus Grey Heron 12-pack. Nearly said Momo, didn't I? If I did talk about Momo, that would actually be very, very scary and also a bit intriguing. That would also scare the crap out of, you know, a lot of bloody young kids that we all loving today, I suppose. And there's actually something very intriguing about this. Apart from the price of £14.95, there's this writing here, which is basically similar to these Lego products. 704319, which reminds me of a Lego set. In fact, all Lego sets have product numbers in a sense. But this one here on the other side there, it doesn't tell you the instructions there, but it comes with this pamphlet here as well. And also, and to add to that, there's no product number there, right somewhere in the packaging there as well. So where is the product number? Well, the only place that you can only find the product number on this packaging is the front, but not at the back. That's got me very skeptical, but anyways, that's how it works. I mean, just look how, oh my goodness me, just look how maniacally sad these ducklings are. It looks like that grey heron's going to take out the bloody female. That's quite weird. I wouldn't say she's lesbian, but she is literally a heterosexual sort of bird. Maybe she's a widow. Maybe the heron must have ate one of the male mallards, perhaps. Are they called drakes? Yeah, a drake is like a mallard. A male duck up, I would probably say, of course. There's one of the ducklings here. I don't know why I'm actually sounding like one of the most awful YouTubers on earth, but anyways, I'm actually going to sound great this time. I just feel like I need to grab another piece of tissue paper because I'm feeling like I'm just going to be freaking awful at this video, eh? Not sure what to do, but I'm actually going to blow my nose. Oh, here we go. Yep. There you go, just blow my nose. Well, actually, yes, I've just had a lot of tissues here. In fact, there's two of these. Let me just try and blow another one here. Oh, God, eh? That was just scary. And it's also quite hilarious as well. Well, let me comment and do the unpacking because I just don't want to waste time and just basically a bit petulant and just, you know, becoming a slacker on YouTube these days. And there's all the basic components here. And there's also a set of instructions here on how to use the Grey Heron bird. Very simple to say. Well, in my mind, I've never seen instructions like this before, or pamphlets like that. I've seen these before, but this is very, very interesting. You can see there's a picture of a grey heron here. And, yeah, it's sort of simplistic, but yet again, young children may find this one a bit complex. because they just don't know what this bird is like. And there's also this very interesting information about the bird, but it doesn't show the picture here, unless if you open right there, that's what the bird looks like. And there's also this message here that it says, thanks for reusing it, actually more like thanks for using it and recycle this pamphlet for good environmentalism. So that is actually a very nice thing for Flip Flap, so thanks to that. That's actually very, very nice. I don't know why Flip Flap didn't have the investment of recycling products. I don't know why. Maybe Flip Flap just wants to neglect recycling. Probably it's because, you know, paper toys are more common than, let's just say, plastic toys in the UK. It's probably down to manufacturing, perhaps. Well, let's just say nothing, I suppose. But let's just take a look. Here's all the ducklings there. That's what they all look like, and they sort of look quite simplistic because there's not much detail going on here. There's not much colour combinations of grey and yellow, possibly black. In fact, they do look black, by the looks of it, of course. And that's what all the ducklings look like. And yes, they look pretty nice indeed. And I'm not going to probably feel like this is going to be way too bad indeed. And the best thing about these little ducklings is, without being ugly indeed, no pun intended for the ugly duckling, is that all of these ducklings are all made from a yellow piece of paper. That's sort of freaking cool, eh? And then you've got this beautiful bland box unit, which is basically like a little nest for the little ducklings there. And yes, you've also got this female mallard here. And yes, I think we've got another one of these. So, yeah. That looks pretty cool indeed to me. We've got 9 of these ducklings. We've got this one here, which is the female mallard duck, and then you've got this beastie here, which is a grey heron here. It's got the neck retracted here, but sadly it's made one of these crappy recycled pieces of paper, of course. But nevertheless, it looks pretty nice. And the best thing about these birds is they could actually wreck the whole duckling crew, and I feel like the duckling crew, I suppose. And I feel like this that mallard hen here looks like he's actually more like a she, I suppose. She must have been pretty infuriated with the heaven, and she would probably curse and probably just say, "What in the duck is going on with you?" Ah! And oh my goodness me, just look at that. All ducklings have been wrecked by the grey heron's crash. That's why I'm saying it. And yes, the little ducklings there, they sort of look pretty nice. You can actually place them like that. It looks like, yeah, this little nest here. It could be like a little pseudo Easter chick set, which is very, very weird to say. And we've only got about 1 month until Easter, which will be held on Sunday the 20th of April, if I'm correct, eh? Or the 21st of April, I can't remember. Maybe I'll have to check it, and basically, take a look at the 2019 calendar, or the 2019 calendar, if I call it. And look at that. That's possibly one of the most sloppiest ways to train your ducks to sit on a nest. Look at that. It just feels like that this is very flipping illogical. Well, yes, I just feel like I need to clear out this debris here. You know, it's sort of quite weird is that, I mean, just look how beautiful the detailing on these cute ducklings are, eh? Look pretty nice, don't they? It seems like that Flip Flap is now improving via the toys there, thanks to the warm weather in February. We had highs in Birmingham. We only had 16, possibly around 17 degrees Celsius. But in places, in certain parts of the UK, like, you know, Wales, Trollsgate and Wales had a temperature of 20.3 degrees Celsius, which was very ballistic. And then we also had another amazing unseasonable warmth there. It's the exceptional warmth that we had in February, of course, from last week, of course. Now we are back into this bloody warm, well, basically it's more like the bloody wetness that we have in this country, of course. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's been exceptionally warm last week, and we had temperatures about 21.2 degrees Celsius in Kent, actually more like Kew Gardens in London. Nearly said Kent, didn't I? But yeah, I could tell you what, guys, I don't know how awful I'm just speaking here, but it feels like that my nonsensical voice will be gone because of the way I've just spoke. Anyways, I think that's probably about that in this video, and I'm actually glad that I'm now able to make videos via the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 tablet. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now, and come ahead to basically subscribe to my channel. Bye! And like this video here.